What is your number one asset as a business owner? You. Unfortunately, as business owners and as independent business owners, we typically fall into the bad habit of neglecting our own health and well-being. Whether it's your physical health, mental health, financial, spiritual, emotional, relational, it doesn't matter. Our health tends to be put on the back burner. We let everything else get in the way and we run ourselves ragged until we end up hitting a wall and or getting sick. Next month, I am going to be doing an entire Healthy Habits series for business owners or just people who, ambitious people, right? We're not just business owners here, but ambitious people. And I'm going to be doing an entire challenge to go along with it over on my Substack. And that challenge, it's going to be a 21-day challenge. It's going to go from April the 4th until April 24th, I believe. And so if you want to basically have, daily prompts for you to, implement something new into your health delivered directly to your email, then I would highly suggest you go over to my Substack and subscribe so that way you can get those prompts delivered to you. So I'll have the link down below to my Substack so that way you can subscribe. But for today, I am talking about investing in yourself, okay? We're in the Investing in Yourself series, and today we're going to be talking about some different strategies that you could be using to start investing in your health today. The first thing that we could be doing is having a morning mindfulness practice. As business owners, oftentimes we're pulled in about 5 million different directions on a day-to-day basis. I mean, that's kind of what we love about being a business owner, right? Is where it's like, it comes down to me and I'm doing the thing and I'm making the decisions. We like that. We like to have that sense of control or power and adventure and risk taking, right? It's all very exciting. But how are you protecting your peace? I'm not using that phrase like how we typically use that phrase, right? Typically, we say protect your peace in this I'm just going to ignore the problem, or I'm going to just neglect, right? I'm just going to ignore everything and bury my head in the sand and protect my peace. As business owners, we can't just ignore and neglect the problems, right? We have to deal with the problems. In order to grow, in order to succeed as a business owner, we have to address and deal with the problems that our businesses are facing, right? But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be protecting our peace. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't be taking care of our peace. That shouldn't mean that we just neglect the fact that we need peace in the first place. And so that is why I recommend having a daily, and I mean daily, mindfulness practice, okay? Rain or shine, weekday, weekend, whether you sleep in or whether you get up at the same time every single day, what are you going to do every single morning, first thing, that is going to help you center yourself, that is going to help you be very mindful, that is going to help you maintain peace throughout the day? This routine or practice, it has to be something that it keeps you grounded and centered mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, okay? So I want you to feel like you've been regulated. I want you to feel like, okay, you know what? I did this thing. I did this, maybe a short little 15-minute thing every single day, and I feel good. I feel centered. I feel ready to take on the day. For me, after my shower, after I get my cup of coffee, I spend about 15 to 30 minutes every day. I read my Bible, and then I journal about it for about 15 minutes. All in all, this little mindfulness or peacekeeping practice for me, it takes me about 30 minutes max. For you, what is that for you? Because for me, this practice, it really just keeps me centered on what's important to me, and it helps me to process my thoughts. It helps me to process my stresses. It helps me to process any of the struggles that I'm dealing with, right? Whether it's personal or business. It really just helps me say, okay, you know what? Everything's okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna keep my peace, okay? I'm going to maintain a level-headed feeling. And so what is that? Because for me, it's this quiet moment. It's that quiet moment first thing in the morning, before I look at my phone, before I look at my computer. It's the quiet moment that allows me to take a breath, right? It's that deep breath before you start the day. For you, it might be exercise. For you, it might be meditation. It might be breath work. It might be journaling. It might be going for a walk. It might be that you sit on your porch and watch the sunrise, okay? Whatever it is, what is that thing that you will do, that you will, no questions asked, nothing is going to get in the way of it. You are going to do this every single morning. What is going to be that haven, that sacred moment for you that is going to keep you grounded throughout the day? The second way that we can start investing in our health as business owners and ambitious people is to choose our exercise time and the type. Movement and exercise, that helps us regulate everything that is happening within our body, okay? Like, it is just a regulator. Oftentimes when people are struggling to find a fitness routine or an exercise routine that works for them, they are assuming that they need an hour to do it, that it needs to be high intensity, and that it needs to be at 5 in the morning. Like, I don't know what it is about people thinking that, I have to exercise first thing in the morning at 5 a.m. Like, that's definitely good. Listen, okay? I hate exercising in the morning, okay? I have tried, and every time I do it, I love exercising. I love fitness. If I try to do it first thing in the morning at 5 a.m., honey, no. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, okay? The key to creating the habit of exercise is to choose a time during the day when you will always be able to do it. Okay? And you are going to be least likely to make an excuse, right? I'm too tired, or I have a meeting, or I'm hungry, or I'm mentally drained, or I just don't have time, right? What is that moment? What is that time when it's like, no, there is no excuse for me not to be exercising, okay? So it's a least resistance time. And the second key is that you find a type of exercise that you are actually genuinely going to enjoy doing. You don't have to exercise with the goal of gains or weight loss or, getting ripped or something like that. That doesn't have to be your goal. Approach exercise as a way to process, regulate, and improve brain function, and to just genuinely and generally be more successful. Like I said, I personally love exercise. I was in ballet during grade school, and I just simply fell in love with the idea of health and wellness from a very young age. And because of that, I've done a lot of different types of exercise. Okay, I've done obviously ballet, I've done bar, I've done yoga and Pilates, weightlifting, stationary bicycling, treadmill. Like, I've done all sorts of different kinds of exercise. And what I've found that works best for me right now, and this is always open and subject to change, is intuitive exercise. Now, if you are struggling to get into the mode of exercise and you need a lot of structure, intuitive exercise might not be the thing for you, okay? But with all the different exercises and the exercise types that I've done, I'm able to tell what my body is craving day by day. So one day it might be like, you know what? Like, I really, really, really want to just get on my bike and ride and sweat and get my heart pumping, and then I want to do, 5 to 10 minutes of abs. And then another day, it's like, I really want to lift some weights and I want to feel really strong and like that kind of stuff. Other days, it might be a blend of calisthenics and Pilates. And then another day, it might be, I need to stretch and I just need to, right? I'm not exercising with this goal of, I need to be able to lift this much weight and I need this physical, this certain physique. I'm exercising as a way to process mentally, get my body moving, to feel more energized and to be healthier. And so I recommend finding what works for you and what enables you to build the habit, okay? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It does not matter what I'm doing. What makes it easy for you to build the habit of exercise? That might mean that you find a YouTube channel that you really like to, right? Like, you really like the workouts. They always fit with your schedule. You like the person who's teaching them, right? It might be that. Or it might simply be that you commit to a routine or a certain time of day where it's like, this is just my exercise time. It doesn't matter what is happening. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or what exercise type I'm doing. This is my exercise time. That might mean that you go for a walk on your lunch hour, okay? It doesn't have to be so strict and regulated, right? Just make a time for when you are going to exercise. The third way to invest in your health, or the strategy for investing in your health, is clocking out. When do you stop? When do you stop? This is probably the biggest challenge for business owners, especially for those of us who are super ambitious, right? We just feel like we have to be super productive all the time. If we're not working, we feel like we're failing. But when we never, ever, ever turn the clock off, we're always working, we become more prone to burnout, right? We're exhausted and we don't want to do anything. So this is a very simple tip. Obviously, just finding a time to stop. So my recommendation for clocking out or for figuring out your rhythm for when you are going to stop is that you're going to choose a time of day, okay, when you're going to push away from the desk. Maybe it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Maybe you start really early in the morning, so you end earlier in the afternoon. Maybe it's the other way and you work later, but you start later. Whatever it is, choose your start and your stop time. Choose your start and your stop time. Choose days of the week when you are not going to check your email, okay? Maybe you don't check your email on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you don't check your email on Tuesday and Friday. When are you not going to check your email? What are those days when you're not available? Choose when you're going to have your phone on Do Not Disturb. Even better, maybe you change the settings in your phone so that way it's automatically on Do Not Disturb at a certain time of day. This is crucial. Clocking out is crucial because when we never clock out, we fry our brain. Okay, we're literally just frying our brain. We're useless if we're fried in the brain. The fourth strategy for investing in your health right now is screen time. Adjusting and working on your screen time. Listen, the bookends of your day should not contain screen time. The first couple of hours of your day, no phone. The last couple of hours of your day, no phone. I say phone specifically because in the evenings I feel like a lot of people do like to know, I'm going to watch my favorite show and just sort of chill. But no phone. No phone. Physically, the phone is definitely doing damage. Obviously, everybody knows blue light and, all the things and, fried brain and, all the good stuff. Mentally, the phone is doing catastrophic damage, especially if you are engaged in social media or watching the news or, anything like that where there is just you're being pelted with negativity and hate and nastiness and, the downfall of humanity every single day. If the first and the last thing we see every single day is, the news, which whatever, right? The news is rarely positive, so negativity. Or you are consuming, obnoxious short form content or, fill in the blank, whatever it is that you are looking at on your phone. You are basically encasing your day in negativity. You are basically encasing your day with this feeling of stress and anxiety and negativity and the world is crumbling. Okay, so perhaps you're feeling stressed and anxious because of the news. Perhaps you're feeling annoyed and overwhelmed and angry with a certain kind of content creator. Perhaps you're comparing yourself and feeling bad about yourself because you watched content from somebody else and you wish you had their life. Eliminating bookend screen time, it is so much more than avoiding blue light, right? It is basically, this goes hand in hand. This goes hand in hand with my first tip because this is crucial to protecting that peace. It is crucial to protecting your mindset, and it is crucial to protecting, how you approach your business, your personal life, everything in your life. It is crucial to that, and it is obviously crucial to your mental health and well-being. The fifth strategy is boundaries, okay? Business owners are terrible at boundaries. We suck at boundaries. Seriously. When it comes to demanding respect, we're pretty good at that, right? We're pretty good at that. We, most of the time, we demand respect when it comes to our boundaries, right? Treat me well. Treat me well. When it comes to our time, our mental capacity, our stress levels, though, we just let people treat us however. We let ourselves treat us however. Now, there are two types of boundaries. There are internal boundaries and there are external boundaries. So with your external boundaries, that is everything that is happening around you, right? You don't really have control over what's going on around you, right? Your external boundaries, it addresses how you want people to treat you. It is how you spend your time, right? How you are spending your time externally. They address how much time you let people take right? Like in conversation, messaging or emailing or, anything like that. How much time do you let people take? And it also addresses the things that you will and will not do, right? Like I won't go out for drinks this late on a Tuesday, right? Like it is like those are your boundaries. Like what will you do and what won't you do? Your internal boundaries, that is everything that is within yourself. That's inside. So are you going to internalize and take to heart the criticism and the negativity that people, dish out to you? People, that's just their automatic, right? They just want to hate on what other people are doing. So are you going to internalize that? Are you going to take it to heart? Are you going to be offended every single time somebody says anything to you? Are you going to let fear and anxiety determine the actions that you decide to take? A lot of business owners, they become slaves to their business. They're just trying to make it succeed. They just, they're super ambitious, and so they really want to make it work, or they're trying to prove something to somebody else, or, whatever it is. Business owners become slaves to their business. They have no boundaries when it comes to their business, and they live their life tending to their business, right? The business needs something, like the business say jump, you jump. That is how business owners tend to operate. And what ends up happening is that they have no personal life, right? The world is rolling around and spinning around them, and they are completely oblivious to it, okay? They don't spend time with their kids, their significant other. They don't have a personal life. They don't, take care of themselves and go to the doctor, whatever it is. They're not spending time outside of their business. Everything in their life revolves around their business. Well, there are definitely, okay, I do not want to dismiss this. There are definitely seasons of business ownership when it's a little bit of a grind, right? Where it's like, there's a lot going on, right? I'm busy, and it's good, or there's just a lot of fires to put out, or, whatever. There are seasons when the boundaries get crossed a little bit, but the grind shouldn't be your reality. The grind shouldn't be all the time. The grind should be something that happens every once in a while, and then you fix it. If you don't have boundaries, internal or external, then your mental health is going to suffer, your well-being is going to suffer, and inevitably your relationships and your personal life is going to suffer. The sixth and final strategy for investing in your health, and this is sort of off the wall, but I think that it is so crucially important. And that is that you have something that is for you and you alone. Okay, a major part of my brand is acknowledging the fact that we all have creative outlets and passions. And I'm talking about the thing that you love to do outside of your business, that you are passionate about, you're intrigued by, you're interested in, you're learning how to do, right? These are your hobbies, your passion projects, your extracurriculars. As business owners, we are told that our entire identity has to revolve around our business. Everything is attached to our business. That, if you are a hairstylist, then everything you love and do has to do about hair, right? Everything's about hair. If you're a fitness instructor, then everything in your life has to revolve around, the vitamins and supplements you're taking and your health regimen and the food that you eat, and everything is around that. I'll let you in on a little secret though. There is not a single person in the universe who is that one-dimensional. When we try to be one-dimensional, okay, when we try to be 100% one thing, number one, we start to feel and seem like to others like a robot. And number two, we start hating what we're doing because we are just completely consumed with this one thing, but we're itching to do something else. So what is that thing for you? What is that something that is purely for you? For me, I'm a writer. I've talked about that here on my channel before, is that I am a writer. I'm currently finishing up my first book, which I consider to be sort of like a moody, emotional romance. I've had a really hard time choosing a genre to call this. But I consider it a moody, emo romance novel type of situation that's been a passion project for the last 10 plus years. Okay, I've been working on this forever. And I realized a while back that I didn't want writing to be part of my career. I didn't want to have a writing career because I didn't want people to tell me what to do, what to write, and when to write it. I wanted it to be this is me. This is my passion. This is what I love. This is something that I love to do. This is something that I want to put out into the world. So I chose, and it's like, this is my something for me. I'm going to continue writing my books, when the day is done and I'm done with work and I'm done with my career. You better believe I'm going to be over here typing, writing my book. And you better also believe that Amazon KDP is going to be my best friend, because this allows me to publish my books, to be a writer, to be a published author, and to put my work out there and to be an artist without saying, oh, I have to have a career in writing, right? Like, that's a whole nother mountain to climb. Find that thing that isn't about ambition, but that is about passion. You might master it. You might achieve greatness in it. You might achieve a lot of success in it, right? But that's not why you're doing it. That's not why you're doing it. You're not doing it to make a lot of money or to become some sort of grand poobah. You're doing it because you love it and you're passionate about it. And this is meant to really break up the monotony of your business. And it's meant to be an expression of you. And it's not about pleasing other people or making other people happy. This is simply you being you, creating something that you love, creating something that nobody has a say in, okay? Because as business owners, guess what we're in the business of doing? Customer service, right? We're in the business of making people happy. And this something for you, this is designed to allow you to be yourself and to be completely like, this is my world, right? And this is my outlet, and this makes me happy. This is for me, okay? So this is not for anybody else, okay? So the bottom line is that you need to make yourself a priority, not in like a selfish, egotistical, prideful, self-absorbed kind of way. In a, if I'm not taking care of myself, then nothing's gonna get taken care of, okay? You are only as useful as you are healthy. The healthier you are, the more value you can provide. Sometimes we get so caught up in worrying about making our business successful and earning more money, but we can't do that if we're physically, like if we're a physical wreck and we're majorly depressed. Trust me, I've been through both. I've been through depression, I've been through mental breakdown, I've been through physical unwellness, and it's not fun and it's not productive, and I'm not serving anybody. I'm not serving myself, but I'm not serving anybody else, and I'm not providing any sort of value when I'm stuck in that cycle. So my question and my challenge for you is, how are you going to start investing in your health this week? Choose one thing, and just develop that habit. Start developing the habit of, you know what? I need to take care of myself. This video is a part of my Investing in Yourself in 2026 series. So if you have missed my other 2 videos, then definitely go check those out and make sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss any more.